Okay, question 12. Whoops. 12a. What to do when we have decimals? 1.5x squared plus 6x minus 8. Okay, well, it's basically the same process. You just can't let the decimals scare you. Take out the 1.5 from the first two terms. So 1.5 times x squared is 1.5x squared. Plus 6 divided by 1.5 happens to be 4. Okay, 1.5 times 4x is 6. Now what do? We take this value, divide it by 2, and square it. End up getting 4. We have to add 4 minus 4. All in brackets. And then don't forget that minus 8 outside of the brackets. What's our next step? Same as always. That, by the way, is a perfect square, x plus 2 squared. And this minus 4, to bring it outside the brackets, we have to multiply it by 1.5. Minus 1.5 times 4 is 6, minus 8. Y equals 1.5 x plus 2 squared minus 14. So what's the maximum or minimum? Well, it opens up downwards, so it's a minimum. And our vertex, by the way, is minus 2, minus 14. So our minimum is minus 14. State the maximum or minimum value of y and the value of x when it occurs. Well, it occurs when x equals minus 2. Basically our vertex. Let me try doing another one. And let's do h. Minus 0.5x squared plus 3x minus 5. Take out this minus 0.5. And we're left with x squared. What do we have to multiply 0.5 by to get 3? And that's basically, if you want, you can do 3 divided by a half, which is basically 3 times 2, which is equal to 6. So let me just put it that way. We divide 3 by 0.5. If you put that in the calculator, you'll end up getting 6. It's the same thing as saying 3 divided by a half, which is equal to 3 times 2 over 1, which is equal to 6. Anyway, now we took it out of these two, which is what we're supposed to do. Leave this minus 5 on the outside of the brackets. Next step we have to do is we have to find out how to make this a perfect square. We got to add and subtract the same thing so as not to change it. Let's put a y equals, by the way. And what do we have to do? Divide, oh, that's a 6x, by the way. Divide this by 2 and square. Well, 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And of course, we got to square it, which is equal to 9. Plus 9 minus 9. Right, that was just a quick calculation to calculate the perfect square. Y equals minus 0.5. This here is a perfect square, and it's equal to x plus 3 squared. This minus 9, we got to move it outside the brackets, but to do that, we need to multiply it by negative 0.5. So, minus 9 times negative 0.5. And then we have this minus 5 still out there. What are we left with? Minus 0.5 x plus 3 squared minus, or That becomes plus. Half of 9 is 4.5. Minus 5. What are we left with? 0.5 x plus 3 squared minus 0.5. So because it's a negative, it's flipped. We have a max. And by the way, what's our vertex? Our vertex is minus 3, negative 0.5. Our max is negative 0.5. And it occurs when x is equal to negative 3. Basically at our vertex. And that's it.